So you're looking for a job, or maybe just a better job, so you update your resume and put all this time and energy into an online application. But once you hit submit, you're left feeling hopeless and forgotten. No callback, no email, and not even a rejection. That's because your resume just got lost in the sea of thousands of other applicants. And it's tough because somehow we're supposed to be standing out amongst our peers, which are literally thousands of other people who use job boards like LinkedIn and Indeed. And me personally, I tried all of these online methods for finding a job, and I'm gonna be honest, even the traditional methods of like going to a career fair or giving your application in person never really worked out for me because my resume, once again, just got lost in a stack of other resumes. But my best and highest paying jobs came from the untraditional methods, and that's why I just wanted to whip out the camera today and talk to you guys and share exactly what I've done to unlock some great jobs. First, I'll tell you why the traditional way doesn't work in 2025, and then I'll share the exact methods that me and my wife have used to find high-paying jobs with little competition. And finally, I want to give you something to do today that will take less than 5 minutes, but will start opening up doors for you. So why now in 2025 does it feel so tough to find a job on LinkedIn, Indeed, or a career fair? Well, honestly, finding the job's all right, but securing the job is the tough part. A couple of years ago, my wife was trying to secure a medical assistant job, and she was applying every day, several times a day, to these online job postings. Some applications were rejected immediately because there was some AI automation that just sorted through the applications. Other ones sat dormant for weeks with no word, and then we finally got a couple callbacks from some jobs, but those jobs probably had the most red flags. And this whole experience highlighted the 3 big issues with using these mainstream ways of finding a job. 1, with how easy it is to apply, getting a job becomes a simple numbers game. The more listings you apply to, the more chance you get some responses, and the more chance you get of getting hired. It's like a big old funnel. 2, because of the sheer volume of applicants, the recruiters now have to use automation to sort through all these applicants, so your resume isn't even seen by a human anymore. 3, only about 10% of jobs are filled through online postings. The other 90% fills a job through networking, referrals, and internal moves. So how in the world did my wife end up with a great medical assistant job? Before I get into that, I just want to add a quick side note on career fairs, because obviously these are still a lot better than online applications. I went to a few of these in college while I was a business major. It was fun. It was a cool place to practice my social skills, to give my 60-second elevator pitch, and to shake a few hands. But once you hand recruiters your paper resume and watch them throw it in the stack of other resumes, you feel just as hopeless again. That's why I'm super excited to share the methods that actually worked for me and how they were a lot more fun and a lot more natural of an interaction compared to a career fair. Imagine not feeling like you have to sell yourself to get a job, but you'll just attract the right job by being yourself. That is exactly how my wife got her first medical assistant job, which brings me to the first untraditional method. Method 1. Join a non-work related community. This isn't something you do with the intention of finding a job, but by being an active member of a community. Maybe it's a book club, maybe it's a run club, or maybe it's just your local church congregation. You never know who you're gonna meet. You'll be surprised by how often a casual connection could turn into a career opportunity. And yeah, this is like a duh, obviously you connect with people by joining communities, but in practicality, what do most of us do after work? We go home, we become hermits, we just watch Netflix and Prime, but there's just something special about connecting with people in a different way outside of work, and that just leaves your door open to so many opportunities. Like my wife and I, we recently moved to a new state. We didn't know anyone here, and one of the first communities we became a part of was our church community. And my wife ended up joining the women's organization at the church, and one of her new friends, she found out, was also on the same medical career path as her. So this friend had several referrals of physicians she could shadow, and one of those shadowing opportunities led to her being asked, "Hey, are you looking for a medical assistant job? Because we are interested in hiring you." And boom, just like that. It was as if she just took the back door into this medical assistant job, because they literally cut off their online job postings once they hired her. Method 2, volunteering. First off, there are so many benefits to volunteering. If there's any chance to do some kind of service like helping at a food bank, animal shelters, or a boys and girls club, you gotta take it. Because when you think about it, who are you volunteering with? You're side by side with people who wanna help. So the environment is naturally friendly and open. There's no suits, there's no hierarchy, and there's no business cards. It's just a bunch of people from all walks of life. And even though you're there for one purpose, which is to serve, this can indirectly lead to a job that will give you an even greater opportunity to serve and earn a living. There's two reasons for this. One, when you have shared values with someone, you build quick connections. Like when you're volunteering for a cause you care about, you're automatically around people who care about the same thing, and that shared purpose will create instant common ground. Two, you won't just talk about who you are, you'll get to show who you are. Instead of an elevator pitch where you tell someone what you do, people will literally see your work ethic, your attitude, and your leadership in real time. And that sticks out way more to people, more than a LinkedIn message could ever. So when it comes to volunteering, I'm gonna give you a great website to find some local volunteer opportunities in your area. Just stick around to the end. Method 3, CEO Sports. Okay, I was lucky. I grew up playing tennis, all right? We know tennis, polo shirts, high shorts, all whites. And even though I was verbally bullied by the football team, this sport led me to some pretty cool opportunities when it came to my business and finance career later on. And I think the same thing goes for other CEO sports like golf or even pickleball. And I'm not gonna knock the other sports. I think leaders and doctors and CEOs can be into any sport, from basketball to soccer to American football. But let's be honest here. If you look at the average incomes of different sports, you might see there is a difference between people who play golf versus the average person you would see playing pickup basketball. So if we're looking to grow in our careers and you want to just be around potential mentors or just to get into a circle full of other high achieving individuals, the likelihood of meeting a doctor or that entrepreneur you look up to would be better found at these CEO sports. There's no term to put this. This is kind of a weird point. But for me, my highest paying job in college was a sales job at a logistics company, and they paid me $22.50 an hour, which was great for like a 19-year-old. And the only reason I ended up in this job that I was totally unqualified for was because I met the CEO of this logistics company on the tennis court. I was playing a match with him, and I didn't even know he was a CEO, because when you're on the courts or on the golf course, no one cares about titles. You're literally just out there to have fun. That's why the principle is pretty much the same throughout all of these methods. Just be yourself, have fun, serve other people, and opportunities will just start showing up. And if you're not genuine and you're only doing these things as a way to elevate your position or further your career, people will feel that, and you'll probably still be unemployed. These are literally just backdoor methods that just happen to indirectly lead you to some great career opportunities and growth. And don't worry, if you do suck at tennis or golf, remember at the end of this video, I'll still share one thing you can do that takes less than 5 minutes that'll help you get started with this method. All right, method 4, building a personal brand. When I mean building a personal brand, I'm not talking about becoming an influencer or a full-time creator. I just mean you should be less of a consumer of content and become a bit of a creator of content. And this can happen in many forms. You might be okay with writing, so maybe posting on LinkedIn is something you can start doing more. Or you might have a good eye for pictures and graphics, and maybe Instagram is some place you can drop some Canva carousels or just pictures of things that you're doing in your career. Either way, no matter what avenue you choose, picture, video, or writing, doing this has unlocked so many opportunities for me, especially in finance and business, because a little bit of my personality is out there and a bit of my resume is out there too, and people can easily get a vibe check on me from the portfolio I pretty much put online for the world to see. And just by having an established presence and a personal brand, it's literally a way you can build trust before you even get to applying anywhere. And I want to reiterate, don't think of this as becoming a creator or an influencer. Just think about posting as you documenting your life. It's like a journal or a scrapbook online. Like if you think about it, you're probably more likely to respond to a DM from a person that looks active on their social media, that you can kind of see a glimpse into their life. You probably aren't gonna respond to the creepy profile that has 0 posts and no profile picture, because heck, there's no trust built yet. You don't need a bunch of followers, you don't need to go viral, but just putting a little taste of your personality online shows that you're a normal human and will increase the likelihood of people responding to your inquiries or your job application. Okay, so how can we get started on these 4 methods? I'll give you some action items that will take less than 5 minutes to complete and will help you get started on one of these methods, at least, just pick one. For method 1 of joining a non-work related community, just go on Facebook, look up a local group around your interests within your area. So if you live in, I don't know, Little Rock, Arkansas, and you like reading, look up Little Rock, Arkansas Book Club. Or if you're into running, look up the local run club in your area. Method 2, for volunteering, go on this website, justserve.org. It'll pull up multiple service opportunities in your local area, from serving at a food bank to, I don't know, helping children with autism play sports to helping blind people paint. There's so many opportunities on there, and you're actually gonna have some good fun as well. Also invite a friend if you can to these service opportunities. I think that's a great way to hang out and to save money as well. Method 3, CEO sports. All right, think of which sport entices you right now. Pickleball has no learning curve really. Badminton's a thing, tennis, golf. But find a league in your area. Usually these sports divide people up by skill level. For me personally, when I moved into this new area, I went on the community Facebook page and I asked like, hey, who plays tennis here? I'm at a so-and-so level, who's down to hit? And so people would message me and say, hey, we have a league going on. You can do the same thing in your area. I promise you there's something out there for you. Method 4, build a personal brand. This is gonna take less than 5 minutes, but I wanna challenge you to make your first post. Or maybe just create your account that you don't have. Maybe you don't have a LinkedIn yet. Open that LinkedIn and open that profile. You don't have to have perfect headshots. You just need to literally get started. Make a post, whether that's writing or pictures, and don't overthink it. Perfectionism is not gonna build your personal brand. People wanna see the raw stuff anyways. So heck, leave the typos in, use the bad lighting, who cares? Just start posting and you'll get better and better with each one. Ultimately, the moral of the story is that you need to get involved. Put yourself out there, and just by increasing the quality and quantity of your network, you will find these backdoor opportunities to your dream job. Oh yeah, and last thing, don't be afraid to talk about what you wanna do, your aspirations with the people you end up connecting with. Just by sharing more about yourself might trigger a domino effect so that all the pieces can fall into place for you to get that better job or just a job in general. Catch you guys later. Click on this video if you want to learn some habits that'll help grow your wealth as well. And I'll see you guys over there. Peace. Also, let me know how you think of this setup. This is my living room, so just spicing things up a bit.